Hello, everyone. Cheryl Arkle, Anna Funder.
Hello.
Now, we're a little bit late because Anna and I were recording a podcast. We had a really great chat. So look out for that podcast. It'll be coming out very soon. So this is Anna's first time on What Are You Reading? I told her that we've got a great audience out there. Everybody, what will happen here in the comments, people will start telling us what we're reading and we'll talk about what we're reading. So the comments will start to come in, like Carolyn, who says, hi, hi, Cheryl, it's Anna. Oh, there you go. I'm so looking forward to hearing about and reading Wifedom. I recently read Mammoth by Chris Flynn for book club. It really surprised me, so interesting, funny, but also sad and very moving. Okay, so we've got the lovely Anna Funder here. This is her new book. It's called Wifedom. Now, you will remember Anna from Stasi Land and from All That I Am, that won the Miles Franklin Award. So we're feeling pretty special and pretty lucky to have Anna here. Do you want to start, Anna, with what you're reading?
Yes, so I'm so happy to be here. I've never done this before. I'm very excited. I'm a complete newbie.
Well, I think the camera's loving you. Tell me what you're reading.
I am reading, this is a strange proof copy of a book that looks like it's been eaten by my dog, which it might have been. But this is a fantastic writer whose name is Jenny Erpenbeck. She's a contemporary German writer, beautifully translated by Michael Hoffman. This is her latest. It's called Kairos, and it's published by Granta. It's about a love story between a young woman who's 19, just as she's East German, just as the Berlin Wall is falling, and she falls in love with a much older married man. So it's about how their relationship goes and the wall is falling behind them. So it's a big love story that then crumbles and the wall then crumbles. But Jenny Erpenbeck is absolutely masterful. She's fantastic. She trained as an opera director, so the books are unbelievably beautifully written, but their structure is kind of operatic, and at the end of them you feel this sort of punch of drama. They're fantastic. I would really recommend Visitation, which is one of her early ones as well.
Now, where could we get this book, do you think?
That's out now. It's available everywhere.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry that I've got only a proof copy because
it's Granta.
Yeah, it's Granta.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then. Now, everybody's joining us. It's Cheryl Arkle. I'm with Anna Funder. And welcome to What Are You Reading? We have lots of regulars, Anna, and we have lots of newbies as well. So Christine says hi to both of us. Sharon says hi. Joy says hi. Hi, Helen. Helen is reading Bodies of Light by Jennifer Down. Alita is reading The Only Suspect by Louise Candlish. Joy says hi. Jessica says hi, Anna and Cheryl. I'm reading An Unwanted Guest by Shari Lapina. It's so diverse in terms of what people read, but also we're talking about what we're recommending. The people at home, our readers at home, are talking about what they're recommending, and then they're also recommending to each other. It's wonderful. Yvonne says, hi, ladies. I'm reading No Trace by Michael Trant. Claire, I loved Anna's books. Can't wait to read Wifedom. That's right. So we've got Anna Funder here. This is her new book. And you will remember Anna, who's also written Stasi Land and All That I Am, which won the Miles Franklin Award. Joy says, I'm reading Midnight News. Mary says, hi Mary. Wynne says, hi, Cheryl and Anna. Reading Immaculate by Anna McGahn. Couldn't put it down. Joy, I've recently finished The Bookbinder of Jericho. That's by the lovely Pip Williams. The wonderful follow-up to the sublime Dictionary of Lost Words.
You know, I'm just really looking forward to Byron Bay Festival because I'm doing a session with Pip. So
yeah, wow. Yeah. So if you're at the Byron Bay Festival, look out for that segment. Sharon is reading Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. Really enjoying it. Carolyn, apologies, I meant to type Anna and I was thinking, wait, it's fine. That's okay, Carolyn. Eve, is that right? Eves is reading The History of Mischief by Rebecca Higgy. And Janine is just finished Lenny Mark Gets Away with Murder. Loved it. Super excited to read Wifedom. Okay, we've got lots of other books happening at the moment. We've got Barren Ground by B. Michael Radburn, and that's out now. It's a really suspenseful crime thriller from this award-winning author. It's set in Sydney. in the 60s, and it's like I love that cover too. And it's about a cop who's out there, a very determined cop to catch the crims. But that's a great cover as well. Megan Rogers, everybody is talking about this book. I recorded a podcast with her. You're not on social media, are you, Anna? No. This book is debut fiction. The Heart is a Star. One morning I woke up, I'm flicking through my social media, and everybody is talking about this new book. It's Megan Rogers. I've recorded a podcast, as I just said, and that's out now. What else have you got?
I really love, this is from some time ago, a book called The Cost of Living by a British writer called Deborah Levy. This is a kind of autofiction. So she's actually writing about the disintegration of a marriage. So we've got the love affair and now the disintegration of a marriage. She's a really beautiful writer, formerly a playwright. So she writes in this really spare, beautiful way. It's about her life, but it's an absolutely gorgeous book. It's part of a trilogy. And I really love this one. And I just brought this along, which is Deborah Levy's newest one, which is a novel called August Blue, which is kind of mesmerizing and surreal about a young maestro pianist who chokes like a tennis player might choke and can't play anymore, and her relationship with the man who taught her piano, and they end up on a Greek island. So Deborah Levy is just a really fantastic writer, and I totally recommend starting with The Cost of Living.
You're a great reader as well as a great writer. And I probably should have asked this on the podcast, but it just came to me now. Do you think your reading influences the way you write?
I think sometimes it makes me feel, understand what is possible. Sometimes you see people doing extraordinary things, like Jenny Erpenbeck in her sort of operatic structure where you get a shock, or Deborah Levy writing really close to her real life, but in a way that betrays nobody, so you don't feel uncomfortable, but she's talking about this disintegration of her marriage and loss of herself and trying to find herself again. So there's things that I really admire. I don't feel so much that they influence me on the line, as it were. I think I'm probably too set in my ways for that now.
But they're inspiration, I guess.
Yes, exactly.
Can you tell us a little bit about Wifedom?
Yes.
One, how it is you came to write it and what it's about.
Wifedom comes out of a midlife crisis I was having as a very privileged perimenopausal woman not far from here, having a kind of internal meltdown behind a shopping trolley in the Broadway shopping mall. And I thought, well, I'm going to go and see why it is that so much of the work of life and love in my family has fallen to me without anybody asking me whether I wanted to do it, or my husband whether he didn't want to do it. So I started reading my way through Orwell. And he's fantastic and funny and great. And then I read the biographies of him. But then I read or discovered 6 letters from his first wife, who he was married to for 9 years, to her best friend. And they go right through the marriage that they had. And nothing in the biographies and nothing in Orwell's work prepared me for this absolutely hilarious, clever, scintillating woman called Eileen O'Shaughnessy. So I got permission to use those letters, and I used them to bring her back to life in fiction, in Wifedom.
But Wifedom is not fiction. It's part fiction, part biography, part personal essay, memoir, would you say?
Yes, I would.
Yeah, there's a bit of you in it.
Yes, there is a bit of me in it, because I feel like it's only honest to talk about where this book is coming from in my own life and try and work out why it is that the life of a wife 80 years ago and how Orwell treated her. He was massively unfaithful and kind of tyrannical, and why she put up with it. Why is that speaking to me now? Why are the conversations that I'm having with my women friends, who may be in really happy heterosexual arrangements mostly, and I'm really talking about heterosexuality because I'm talking about patriarchy. Why is it that we all feel so overloaded compared to our male partners? So I wanted to write a book that would speak to that issue and bring Eileen's story into now and say, this is how we live now. We are not as far from the extreme of 80 years ago as as I show in Eileen's life. You know, things in the rear vision mirror are closer than they appear.
Mm. Wow. Okay, you've got to read it. It's going to be our book of the week next week, so look out for that. Okay, look at this lovely book. It's an epic, The Escapades of Tribulation Johnson, by Karen Brooks. She's a wonderful writer, and have you ever read any of hers? Very popular with our readership. It's historical fiction. It's set in 1679 London, and it explores the role of women in theatre. As I said, she's a great writer. I love that jacket as well. It's so much movement. Oh, that's her previous book, The Good Wife of Bath, which you'll all remember because I know everybody loved reading that. Okay, what else have I got? What do I need to talk about? I need to talk about top 50 kids voting now. So I don't know if you know this, but every year we ask readers and everybody out there to vote for their favourite book. And that's called the Top 100, and we did that earlier this year. And now we're asking people to vote for their favourite children's book, and that'll be the top 50. So we're going to put up some work up there. Just go to our website. How do we vote? We just get on there and we vote, don't we, Natalie? There we go. So if you vote, you go into the draw to win a pack of the 50 books, which is such a great prize. And I think we give away 7 packs. So if you win the top 100, you get all 100 books as well.
Wow.
Isn't that a great prize? It's a super prize. Okay. What are you reading? Cheryl Arkle, Anna Funder. Sharon says, that she really enjoyed Karen Brooks and Christine says, I finally picked up my copy of Karen Brooks's book, The Escapades of Tribulation Johnson. So there you go. Claire, I'm reading Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. I didn't think there was a person left on the planet that hadn't read that book yet. It has been on the bestseller list for so long. Wonderful book. Ross, hi Ross. Ross is currently reading N4 Down, The Hunt for the Arctic Airship Italia by Mark Peasing. Rachel, hi ladies. Hi Rachel. Rachel is reading Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabriel Zevin. Marie is reading The Homecoming by Kate Morton. Melissa is reading, it says hi to us, and is reading Prettier If She Smiled More by Toni Jordan. Do you know Toni? I love her. She's an Australian writer based in Melbourne. And she was, I think, did Toni come in for What Are You Reading? I think she did. She did. Now, what else? Anita is reading The Paris Agent by Kelly Rimmer, absolutely glued. Kerry says hi to us and he's reading The Parisians by Marius Gabriel. Maureen, Anne Summers, Unfettered and Alive.
I'm actually talking with Anne Summers tonight, so I'm really thrilled about that.
Can you tell us a little bit more about where is the event?
It's at Customs House in Sydney. And yes, Anne is in conversation with me about wifedom, and I'm incredibly excited about it because she's done so much for so many women for decades.
Hasn't she just?
Yeah.
Is she, because she lives in the US now, doesn't she?
No, she lives back here now.
Oh, she's back.
Yes, she was in the US for years, but now she's back.
Oh, right, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's tonight. If you're in Sydney, I'm sure that you might be able to get some tickets. Do you think, or is it sold out? Sold out. Okay. Sorry. All right. Sold out. Sorry. But you're doing quite a few events, aren't you?
I am. So I'm doing events this week in Sydney and then next week in Perth, Adelaide and Hobart. And the week after that, Melbourne, Maleny, Noosa, Gold Coast, Brisbane.
Oh, wow. So it's a national tour. And if you want to see Anna, firstly, she's going to be at the Byron Bay Festival. But if you want a list of those events, I guess go to the Penguin Random House website, right?
Yes, on my website.
Or your website.
Yeah.
Okay, do we want to put the link up to Anna's website? Kaz is reading The Wonderful Thing About Phoenix Rose by Josephine Moon. Janine says, hi, just read The Walled Garden by Sarah Hardy, insightful and sad, but also enriching and uplifting. Can't wait to read Wifedom. Mary Lou, who actually is also an Australian writer, is in Malaysia, Borneo at the moment. Oh, so I'm reading My Life in Sarawak by Lady Margaret Brooke. It's the history is fascinating. The history here is fascinating. What a wonderful journey. Is that where the monkeys are, quite famously, in Borneo? Anyway, I don't know, but you can tell us, Mary Lou.
The orangutans?
The orangutans, maybe. Kerry is reading The Testament of Youth by Vera Britton.
Oh, I love that.
Did you love that? As a follow-up, fantastic. The Bookbinder of Jericho by Pip Williams as well. Cheryl says, well, hi, Cheryl, great name. Wow, this is so informative. She's talking about you. There, Anna.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Emma, hi, ladies, and hi to the Better Reading team. Mary Lou's back from Borneo. I listened to the podcast yesterday. Marvellous. She must have listened to one of my podcasts. Don't know which one. Oh, yes, the Megan Rogers is what you're talking about. Okay, all right. Now, we just recorded a podcast. That'll go to our sound engineer, and hopefully that'll be out by next week, and you guys can listen to it. Taz says hi to both of us. I'm currently reading Falling by T.J. Newman. Just finished listening to The Night Travellers by Armando Lucas Carrero. Incredibly sad book from the 1930s Nazi Germany and spans 4 generations. We just love him. Hey, are you an audio book reader?
I'm not really, because I just am so addicted to the words and the page. But if I can outrageously do a tiny plug here, this book, Wifedom, has 2 voices in it, as we've talked about. It has my voice in it, and then it has Eileen's voice in it, Orwell's wife's voice. And the audiobook is unbelievable because it has this beautiful British actress doing Eileen, and then a fantastic Australian actress called Ariane Lockwood, Parks Lockwood, doing my voice. So you get these 2 really lovely voices on the audio. So
do you know, I'm going to listen. You've just sold me on that. Do you know, if I like something enough, then I'll go and listen to it as well, because I walk in the morning. So it's a great way to get your step count. If anybody's doing steps out there, is listening to an audiobook. I find with our community, they consume everything: ebooks, audio, print books, any kind of books. Yeah. Okay, well then that's worth downloading, I think. Wifedom. Okay, what have you got? Anything else?
Yes, I really love Elizabeth Strout, who might be familiar to many of you, and this is her latest, which is called Oh, William. I became addicted to Elizabeth Strout after Olive Kitteridge, which I absolutely loved. And then there was an amazing television adaptation of that. And she's gone on and she just keeps writing every couple of years some lovely book. So this is not an Olive book. There are 2 Olive books with Olive Kitteridge in them. This one is Lucy Barton, who is a kind of alter ego, I think, for Elizabeth Strout. And it's a beautiful story about people who used to be married to each other who end up on a kind of road trip together, and all of the sorts of intimacies that allows, and the joy and the sadness of it, and kind of a COVID story as well. They end up sort of locked up together again, as if they were married when they're not anymore. So it's a bit romantic.
When do you do most of your reading?
In the evenings.
Right. And
Yes.
do you, if you're writing something, are you reading as well at night?
Look, that's such an interesting question. This book took such a lot of reading for it, that had to feed it, that my novel reading much more generally really suffered. And now my brain is, we only finished the manuscript in May. Now my brain is coming back to life, and I'm looking at all these books here thinking, God, they seem amazing. I'd love those. So I have been, with each book I've written, I have to admit, ended up exhausted at the end of a day of writing, watching some amazing Netflix series, just because I can't do anything more with words. But, I read, just not as much as when I'm not writing.
Interesting. Okay, all right. Faye says, hi, Cheryl and Anna. I'm reading A Pocket Full of Happiness by Richard E. Grant. Looking forward to Wifedom. Just reserved it at the library this morning. Fantastic. And Ella says, currently reading Wifedom. P.S. Fangirl here. Thanks, Anna. Thanks, Alice. Jenny, hi, ladies. I'm reading The Paris Agent by Kelly Rimmer and loving every word. Such a brilliant writer. I love it when I read reviews like that, loving every word. It's so wonderful. Linda, The Secrets of Juan Ren by Claire Van Ren. I don't know that one, but yeah, she's enjoying that. Annette, The Air Raid Book Club by Annie Lyons, and Stolen by Leslie Pierce. That's another question. A lot of our readers are capable of reading 2 books at a time. I am not. Are you?
Not really.
No.
Not
Yeah.
really. I can multitask in other areas of my life.
That's right.
I'm not so great.
No, I'm the same. Susan, hi, ladies. Just started reading Karen Slaughter's latest book. After that night, Karen's books are always great read. They really are. Are you a crime junkie?
No, sadly. I
No.
would like to be.
Yeah, I am, definitely. Lisa, hi ladies, looking forward to getting my hands on Wifedom. Currently reading Bury Your Dead, the sixth in the Inspector Gamache series by Louise Penny. Christine, last night's episode with Karen was fantastic. Julie, hi ladies, so special to have Anna Funder here. It is really special. I'm currently reading The Architect of Paris. Melissa, your book sounds really fascinating, Anna. So
Thanks,
that's true.
Melissa.
We'll go out and either reserve it or get it, buy it. Jenny just bought Tribulation. Can't wait to start reading. Hi, Mary. Mary is reading Homecoming by Kate Morton. Kylie, I'm about to start reading The Paris Notebook by Tessa Harris.
Oh,
Kylie says, great event with Kathy last night. Thank you so much. She was terrific. Mary Lou, orangutans, you're right. She's in Borneo and she's with the, what did she say? Orangutans are here in Borneo. I've seen some while I've been here, including a baby. I was mesmerised. Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? Rachel O'William is wonderful, as are all of Lucy Button's novel.
yeah.
And Kylie says she only reads one book at a time. Okay, I think that might be it from us. Did I get through everything? Is there anything else I need to talk about? No. Wonderful, wonderful to have Anna here. Thank you so much for being so receptive as well. I do want to just talk about this. Because I work in the business, I often get a lot of texts about books to read. Do you know what I've decided? Because I walk my dog in the park and people often stop me for a book recommendation. And I've decided if you can tell me what the last book you read, if you tell me what the last book you read is, I can tell you what your next two books are going to be. There you go. And that's a free service if you walk in Petersham Park. Yellowface. Everyone is talking about this. Have you heard about it?
No, I haven't.
No. Well, anyway, I know you guys have at home. It was our book of the week last week. I got 3 texts about it last night. And that's out. Don't forget. Wonderful book. Okay. All right. That's it from us. Thank you. Thank you, Anna Funder.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, everyone at home. We love you. Read Wifedom. Go see Anna. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Thanks so much. Bye.